Greetings folks, my name is Gareth Arnold from Bespoke Adventure Specialists. So Bespoke Adventure Specialists is a tour operator based in Durban, South Africa. We are a boutique tour company offering adventurous tours in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana and Malawi. We have positioned ourselves to offer our services in the increasing demand for small, privately guided tours. We have planned and designed our tours to be socially and COVID responsible. We provide a safe travel bubble from the time we meet. Our passion lies in taking our guests to some of the most remote and unpopulated destinations in Africa. So I want to tell you a little bit about our Namibian Safari. This tour takes you to the deserts of Namibia, which is the second least densely populated country in the world after Mongolia, with a population of less than 3 million people. It's an opportunity to travel to the Namib Desert through the epic, ever-changing landscapes. We designed this tour to begin in the coastal towns of Walvis Bay and Swakopmund. Walvis Bay has an international airport, and it is from here the adventure begins. The first welcoming taste of Namibia on arrival takes place on the rolling sand dunes, either for sundowners or you may fancy a quad bike ride through the dunes. There is a great selection for dining in this area, especially seafood. We then hit the coastal road north for a scenic drive towards the dramatic Skeleton Coast where ocean meets desert, and stop off to view the Cape Seal colony. From here, we take you inland to the dry, hot desert sun. We take you through the seemingly barren landscapes around the Brandberg mountain, which includes an adventurous and wild element of this tour, which I'll tell you about shortly. Part of this adventure, we get to enjoy the infectious spirit and tenacity of the local communities living alongside Namibia's desert-adapted wildlife. These areas of just a few highlights to be found during the adventure through the rugged beauty of Namibia. My business partner Zane Volker established an association nearly 2 years ago that strives to protect the natural habitat of the Kunene region of Namibia. This area is the highlight of our tours. It features a wild camping element which takes you completely off-grid and away from it all. Folks, I'm born and bred in South Africa and I thought I knew all about camping. This, my friends, is absolutely one of the highlights of my life and I cannot stop talking about it. I would love for you to join me, soaking up the wild environment. It's an experience you'll never forget. We spend the evening sitting under the stars, next to the fire, in such a vast expanse, and I'll even cook dinner for you. It's a humbling experience and brings a nervous excitement that is truly amazing. So on this tour, you are directly contributing to the local conservation and conflict mitigation efforts. This is why we have named this signature tour Travel with Purpose. It's something close to our heart, having worked with organizations and locals in these regions and also previously managed lodges and camps here. So you may be wondering, how do we contribute to the local communities and tourism industries that exist within these areas? Well, here's how. So besides from taking you to spectacular places, it's traveling with a purpose as well. Included in the package, you can have an option to participate in community projects where human-wildlife conflict mitigation is the objective. For example, the desert-adapted elephants that roam freely can become hazardous to the local farmers and communities. These beautiful animals break water pipes and destroy reservoirs in search for water. We assist in building walls around these reservoirs or repairing these pipes, or simply educating the local communities that killing elephants is simply not the answer, but we rather find ways to live in harmony. Another option is to go on a desert elephant tracking experience. You can choose to do both as well. So these purposeful options are conducted by a non-profit organization who we have partnered with called the Elephant Human Relations Aid. These funds all contribute to the non-profit organization's efforts. Lastly, ladies and gents, what would a safari be without spending time in the famous Etosha National Park, which boasts some of the best wildlife concentrations in southern Africa? Folks, our Namibian safari is a life-changing journey like no other. We take roads and tracks less known. Who said getting from A to B needs to be straightforward? It requires our local knowledge that takes you to places very few have been. If you are interested in our tours, please don't hesitate to contact us. We have options to suit you. You can choose to self-drive in a hired double cab camper vehicle, while we drive in another lead vehicle. We highly recommend for additional enjoyment. Or you can jump in a safari vehicle with us and let us drive for you. We look forward to chatting with you to start planning an epic adventure with us. Wishing you all the very best, and cheers for now.